Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Let me know what I can do to help you. Buy my book, Crack the Female Code, at crackthefemalecode.com. Okay, so this video is going to come from a different angle or different perspective. Okay, so if you go back before the 70s, 60s and before, life was different. Women, for the most part, were essentially telling men, like, hey, you need more awareness, you need more self-awareness, especially in the 70s, late 60s and 70s, when women started to find their voice, and society's like, okay, well, we kind of did women wrong for a long time. And so all you heard from women is like, men have no self-awareness. Men have no self-awareness. And in the 80s, your teachers were saying this to the male students, and on and on. And there was a lot of truth to it. Now, here's what happened. Women spoiled themselves. So as we moved, I'm going to say probably early to mid 70s, women were pretty much knocking young men, especially if you're a elementary, middle school, high school student. Teachers would kind of knock you and embarrass you and stuff. So women started finding their power. Women started going to college. They were getting their education. That now in the 80s and 90s, they're getting their master's degrees and moving into industry and corporations, etc., etc. And what happened was there was a flip. Women were sold that they have the right, they are the power, they're the intelligent ones, and in many ways, especially socially, there's a lot of truth to that, because that's a big part of my course for men on how you can gain power by opening up to your social brain. But that's not what this is about. I'm going to kind of flip this on women, because right now men are living in an ideal time of having absolute power and absolute choice when it comes to dating and relationships. And if you don't have that, you are just missing the boat. So if you're struggling right now in dating, relationships, meeting women, getting dates, getting sex, etc., and having women treat you really, really well, you are doing something absolutely wrong. There's something that you are missing. I guarantee it. If you do not have choice in dating, relationship, and sex right now in the year 2026, you are missing the boat of all boats. You are just like on the sidelines complaining for one reason. Because you don't have any power in this game. So because life years ago was tough for women, women had to be tuned in or they'd get knocked around. And let's just be honest, that's the way it was if you go back before the 60s, okay? Some of it extended through the 70s and 80s, but essentially there was a shift happening in the 70s, in the late 60s, okay? So what happened was women had to be tuned in. They didn't have a choice or they'd get knocked around. So now, because society has favored women, women are losing this power being tuned in. So now women are kind of walking around based on beliefs, not on actual self-awareness. In other words, let's say someone shows you a flower and it's a rose, but someone says, no, that's not a rose, that's a daffodil. Oh, okay, so they believe it's a daffodil, but their eyes are like, that's a fucking rose, dude. In other words, the female society is being led by beliefs. They're being told what to believe, told what to do, how a relationship's supposed to work, and on and on and on. And women right now are more miserable than they've ever been in the history of mankind. And this is where you can gain your power if you have a few things that I teach in my course, Crack the Female Code. Now, remember, beliefs have nothing to do with reality. I could tell you the color yellow is orange, and if I tell you that at a young enough age, you're going to believe it. Does that mean that you're right? No, it doesn't. It means you're disconnected from your five senses. You're disconnected from yourself. You're not aware. You're completely oblivious and blind. Beliefs are a left brain function. The right brain is all based on what you see, hear, feel, smell, and taste, on reality. Being in the present moment. So because women have shifted into this belief system, They're disconnected from their own reality, and it really scares a lot of women. So women become more controlling psychologically, mentally, because they're living in a state of fear. They are literally lost. They're all looking to each other. What do we do? What do we believe? What's the group think? I mean, honestly, right now, what's the old phrase we used to have in the 70s, 80s, and 90s? It's like shooting fish in a barrel. They're right there. If you can't catch fish here, you are just an idiot. Now, the reason why you're struggling in dating, relationships, and sex is simply because you don't have a form of power that is undeniable to the female mating system. You just don't have it. So when you learn how to do this, there's what I call three pillars of my course: internal awareness, the hidden language, and then the hidden patterns. When you know how to do this, meeting women, attracting women, seducing women, it's easy. It's literally a hidden series of codes. That's why I call it Crack the Female Code. When you have this form of dating, relationship, and sexual power, you're at choice. That's why I like to tell men it's about power, freedom, and choice. If you are bitching, moaning, and complaining, oh, women, it's unfair, blah, 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 I'm not 6 foot tall. I'm not 6 foot tall. I'm 5'8" 3/4. I don't have a nice car. I drive around in a 1995 Honda Del Sol. I swear to God. And I get women all the fucking time. It's fucking easy. The thing is, we are living in an ideal time to pick up on women. It is so fucking easy. And if you're struggling right now, it's because you don't understand what's going on. You're listening to all these other men that are teaching you logical, linear, step 1, step 2 processes, which are good if you want to seduce a man and pick up on a man, but it doesn't work for the female brain. You have to learn how to use the other system. It's foreign, it's odd, it's strange, it's weird, but goddamn does it fucking work. And when you start getting the results, seeing the results, you're going to be like, oh, your brain starts to understand why this works on women and not men. And this is the number one thing that not only saves your marriage, it makes her super happy. It makes the relationship work. All of a sudden you understand each other. It's like there was this invisible barrier, not only when you meet a woman, pick up on a woman, go on the first date, but when you're married for 10 years. There's this barrier between men and women that men are completely oblivious to. You don't even know it's there. Women do. Women complain about it all the time, but the problem is, they're saying something that your brain can't see, hear, feel, smell, or taste. It goes over your head. But when you take my course, every one of you goes, oh my God, that's what my ex-wife was saying. That's what my mom was saying. That's what my high school teacher was saying. That's what my girlfriend was saying. Every woman says it. But your brain cannot process this until you learn how to open up to the other side. Once you open up to the other side, all of a sudden, shazam, kablam, kaboom, you're like, oh shit, I can see it now. I understand what the hell they were talking about all these years. Every single client of mine goes through this phase. Every single one, 100% for the last 30 years of me teaching this course. They open up and they're like, oh my God, I thought my mom was saying A, but she meant B, and I thought she meant A, and that's why she yelled at me. My girlfriend, my high school teacher, I thought she was saying this, and I was doing this, and she got mad at me, and I'm like, what is she mad at me for? I don't understand. We don't understand women, but when you do, all of a sudden you get along with them. All of a sudden you can melt their heart and turn them on, and they will literally fall into your arms. It is as magnetic as any magnetic thing can be. It draws women into you. See, the thing about it is you guys all want to have this form of power, but you don't know it exists. You don't even know what it is. So the advice you guys are getting right now, the current advice in the last couple of years is, oh, don't be a simp. Walk away. If she's disrespecting you, walk away. If she doesn't text you back, walk away. Walk away. So everyone's alone. That's not the fucking answer. Now, obviously, I don't say chase women. Hey, if a woman's disrespecting you, she's not texting you back, she's not this, then walk away. I have no problem with that. But the problem is a lot of you guys are going, well, fuck, now I'm alone watching Pornhub at night. I just watched a YouTube short where this beautiful young lady was saying, this guy, like, he stopped texting me back and he stopped calling me back, and I didn't understand why. And then I realized, oh, it was me, because I wouldn't respond fast enough. I would respond like later in the day. I wouldn't respond within an hour, and I didn't, give enough energy to the relationship, and this and this and that. So the problem is the guy left her and he's all alone. In the past, men would text more and men would chase more and more and this and that, put more energy. I'm not suggesting that at all. That is not what I'm saying. See, here's the phrase, position of power. When you come from a position of actual power, not egotistical, I'm in the power. Just saying that you're in the power doesn't mean you're in the power. When you're in the power, it means, boom, I can pull women. It's like, hey, I make $100,000 a month, so why would I take a job for $16.95 an hour? You wouldn't do it. If you were not in a position of power and you didn't have any other choice, then you would take the job for $16.95 an hour. So if everywhere you go, women are picking up on you, trying to talk to you, give you a number, and trying to flirt with you and all that stuff, you're in a position of power. Everywhere you go, you can meet women. You can get numbers. You can get dates. You can get sex. Period. End of sentence. Facts. And the girl you're with, not just the last girl, every girl I've dated, one of the first things they say about the second or third date is, wow, a lot of people stare at you. I'm like, yeah, it's just kind of a thing I got used to. She's talking about women. Women stare at me. Women try to talk to me. And they all notice that. So what happens? It causes her to want to hold on tighter. It causes her to realize, like, oh, okay, this isn't going to be easy. I'm going to have to work for this. I'm going to have to keep this guy around by being nice, by treating him well, by doing good things. Are you in that position? And if she doesn't do these good things, she's like, he's going to leave me because he has all these other options, possibilities, and choices. Power, freedom, and choice. When you come from that position of power, why would you put up with someone's bullshit? Why would you put up with a woman who doesn't text you back within an hour or two? Why would you put up with someone who texts you the next day or 2 days later? You wouldn't. You'd be like, oh yeah, this isn't going to work for me. Because you have other choices, you have other options. And I don't mean like, the fat lady around the corner or the one who's kind of like lives alone and no one talks to her. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about even more beautiful women, more kinder, sensual, feminine women. The point being is you wouldn't be alone and lonely and begging for one girl to come back. You'd be like, yeah, I don't like the way you're treating me. Bye. It's a different way of being, and she can sense it the first time she sees you in public. She can sense it the first time you're on a date. She's very aware of it. If you want to take the first step, and this is only the first step, buy my book, Crack the Female Code, at crackthefemalecode.com. It's on sale right now for $29. Normally $60. Nobody on the planet is teaching what I'm teaching. Nobody. These are things I learned from Buddhist monks. These are things I've learned from energy healing. These are things I've learned from places that you've never even heard of. I've had clients read my book, Crack the Female Code, and they're like, you gave it all away. It's all in the book. I'm like, oh no, that's less than 5% of what I teach. When you take the master course, Crack the Female Code course, your mind is going to be blown. The lid is going to be ripped off your head. I guarantee it. If you think the book is amazing, the course is 100 times more powerful. White from England, London.
London.
All right, so far we're about 2/3 through the course. What do you think about it?
Oh, it's awesome, man.
Remember we were talking about last night?
Yeah.
What did you think about the course
Last
overall?
night?
Yeah, just look at me, forget about the camera.
Well, I went through some really deep hypnotic states.
Right.
I realized like how to internalize.
Right.
So I felt really good.
So what did you say about my course overall?
I said it was awesome.
I think, yes, you did. You also said it was, didn't you say it was genius or I was genius?
Yeah, you are genius. Because of learning about neuro-linguistic programming, hypnosis.
What about the stuff that I created, the male to female communication stuff?
Yeah, it's getting me to understand about a new language.
Right. So you've let me know overall you've actually taken quite a lot of other courses over the years and read a lot of books.
Yeah.
How does my course compare to those? And he's taken some of the top in the world, some of the top people. In comparison to those, go from there.
I mean, it's given me it's like the matrix of pussy. Because, you're understanding how to communicate on a much, much deeper level.
Would you say the other courses did that for you?
Not at this level, no.
Not even close.
Because you've just got lines and stuff. Well, this is actually a way of formulating language.
Right. Would you say that there's go ahead, I'm sorry.
And internal states, where if I switch a state on and
I know what I wanted to talk about. Go ahead, finish that thought.
And I put language together,
right,
then it makes me a seductive machine.
Yeah, it makes it a lot faster and easier. So I want to talk about when you, in the beginning of the course, you literally thought I was crazy, huh?
I thought you were mad.
Because what I was teaching was so foreign and so odd and strange. Like, there's no way. You're just like, this is weird, huh?
Yep. I thought you were going to make me go mental.
Yeah, you literally...
I thought you were mental, dude.
Yeah, because of what I was saying was like, what the hell is this guy saying? Because it sounded weird, huh?
And the tones, the different tones, and the way that you were pushing. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. So now that we got more of the pieces put together, what did you say after that? You said, it's brilliant.
This stuff is genius.
That's what you said. This stuff is genius. All right, so say that again. Once we put the pieces together, because in the beginning, it didn't make any sense at all, did it?
No, not at
all. And how many times did I almost yell, have some faith? I yelled. I did. I'm a pretty tough coach, huh?
Yeah, you're tough.
And I was like, have some faith, God damn it.
You did.
We're putting now. By the time last night, you literally said, this is what?
This is genius.
Yes. So now is it like you're seeing the light, like the light bulb went on?
I'm just seeing things completely differently in terms of language.
Say a little bit louder.
In terms of language, the way that I feel internally, the way I approach, because a lot of it's about the internal state, the way you feel inside,
right,
to communicate on the outside,
right,
which I think is revolutionary.
Yeah. So in the next clip, I hypnotized Adam because I was trying to get him to loosen up. So we do a lot of laugh anchors, a lot of laugh hypnosis and stuff. So I anchored him to the pen, I anchored him to the wood on the table, and I think that was the only two things in this, but there might have been a word I anchored him to, but I'm going to show that just so you can see it. I have another clip where, Adam flew out from London because he was terrified of approaching women. I've got another video where after we did all this work, he instantly, because of an anchor I sent, approached a woman, talked to her, and the funny thing was it was so comfortable, so natural, and he got her number and they went on a date later on that night. So I'll find that clip, I have it somewhere in here, and I'll upload that in a couple days or a week or so. So go and enjoy the laughter hypnosis that I did with him. So if you're wondering why he's about to laugh, if you're wondering why he's laughing at the clicking of the pen or looking down at the wood, you're like, well, why would that make him laugh? That doesn't make any sense. Because I hypnotized him, and that's the point. The skills that I bring to this course are unparalleled to anything anyone else is doing. If you're just learning lines and openers and tips and here's what you're supposed to do, you're not learning. I condition your system to shift over to where you want to be. Yeah.
Yep.
Anything else you want to say? Oh, yeah. By the way, I wanted to ask you something. Do you like this wood?
I do. It's good wood, man.
Take a look at the wood. but you're not hypnotized, are you?
You may have triggered a few stays.
Well, let's look at the wood. Is there anything special about the wood? I have a pen, and watch what happens when I click it.
Oh, dear.
And I want to make sure that you don't look at the wood. I don't want you to imagine the first time you looked at the wood and started laughing now. No, I do not hypnotize people. I put them in. So let me ask you a question. Would you say you've been happier than you've been in a long time?
I felt some pretty high stakes, man. I'm crying, dude.
So here at MikeKollin.com or crackedfemale.code.com, there's a lot of fun in this course. You're going to enjoy yourself. It's a little tough at the first 2 or 3 days, but the pieces start falling together, and all of a sudden there's a new way of understanding women. And it puts all the power back into your hands, and that's the point. This course absolutely will shift your life. Right now we are in April 2nd. I'm making a video, probably going to upload it in a day or two. So normally the course is $5,999. Right now I'm offering a $5,000 fee. If you want to make a slightly better deal, get a hold of me and we can work something out. Now with this deal, if you want to do any follow-up sessions afterward to improve on specific pieces that you learned during the course, I'm going to give you a better price. Normally I charge $500 per session for this course. I will charge you, let's say, $200 per session after that for the rest of this year. But you have to put a down payment this month in April 2026. If you do that, I will honor this deal. And the sessions are a minimum of 2.5 hours each. This course is literally life-changing. You will change, you will shift. Go to MikeKollin.com or crackedfemale.code.com and buy my book, Cracked Female Code, on sale right now for $25. That's it, guys. Click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment, and remember, spring is here and summer is just around the corner. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.